number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Love. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California, featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores, comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C, and Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop love!
Yo, what's up? It's that time again, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. It's the West Coast Pop Log Podcast coming to you live
at 8:03
from Pigs Studios.
Why you gotta throw shade on the 803, Johnny? We just got started. You already want to start fumbling. Why are you trying to get Steve mad?
No, let me say it's episode 122.
There we go.
Really?
Woo!
If you guys go on the Instagrams or whatever, you see it on there, it's all fucked up. So just go with it. Just make sure to watch it. Fuck the number.
right.
Just watch it.
That's right.
You don't need to know what number it is.
Just watch it. And House of Chingasos,
None of us
thank you
do.
for the awesome gear. You got to go out there. West Coast Pop Log Podcast
Whoever
is
does
the
their
code.
social media is on point too. They put up some good shit on there.
And I'm not going to lie, I always forget to do it. I don't know if it's because I get that contact high in here, but now that Oscar's in here, I was like, I better hit that shit. I better hit that shit. But no, they have some dope ass shit, and I seen them. There was this white guy that they do this one social media, and he's like, oh, they sent me fucking gringo. Or
yeah.
the
I saw
gringo
that,
shirt.
yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
that's fucking dope, bro. Reaching out. No color lines, bro.
Yeah.
No color lines. But yeah, it is the House of Chingasos. Go there and you can get, how much do you get percentage off?
You're going to get 15% off just by entering West Coast Pop Lock
There
Podcast.
you go, bro. They got some dope shit. We all-
15%.
Yeah.
That's pretty legit.
That's more than
15.
most, dude.
15 is
That's pretty legit.
yeah.
I mean,
They save some money. They bring some money back to the podcast. Everybody's fucking happy.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
For sure,
they're
for
paying
sure.
for your tax, guys. That's almost tax
That's
free.
true. That's exactly.
But isn't tax,
Plus some.
Well,
Plus a little.
Plus some, yeah. Plus a little bit. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. Yes, we have a special guest today. I'd like you to introduce him since you're here. Might as well.
Well, what's
Do
up,
the
everybody?
unveiling.
Very, very fucking excited to introduce or to have here on the show with West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, not only one of the artists on My Grito, but also one of my carnales, one of my homeboys that I've known for fucking years, Mr. Harless Sweetwater. Harless, what's up?
What's up?
Welcome, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So how long have you guys known each other for?
We've probably known each other for a good minute, maybe around 10 years or so.
10 years? Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm excited to know. I'm excited to find out you play music. I thought I was just Oscar's homie. I see everywhere.
All over my social, right?
Just whenever we go, whenever I see you out, two Hollis around, you got to see me eat shit at Border X. You're there helping support me, looking me right in the eyes, helping me out. It was like I appreciate it.
Those are fun shows.
I don't forget.
Now, how long have you been playing music?
Man, I've been playing music since I was little, real little. Like, I think I started playing like around 8 or 9 years old. 8 or 9, yeah. Started playing guitar, singing, and me and the neighbors getting together. We made our own band, stuff like that, man. But I've always been into music, and I just come to like realize in thinking it through that I feel, this may be weird, but I feel like I brought music with me when I came into this world.
Sure.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just there, like I had 2 arms and 2 legs and, a head.
Absolutely.
And it was just there. It wasn't, somebody asked me the other day so what was your like light switch moment where you're like, oh, I love music? It's like, dude, it was just always there. And it was always in my house. It was always in the car. So it just was there.
That's like a multiple life philosophy because they say you don't learn anything, you remember. It's like,
Yeah. So when I really get down and think about it, I'm like, man, I think it just came with me. I was already in my DNA, and it's hopefully take it with me when I go too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about that.
So you're like a reborn. This is your second life as a musician.
At least. You
Yeah,
know what I
it's-
mean? You just
Maybe it's
Something.
third.
you're born, you bring things with you.
2 or 3, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Now, who are some of your influences? Because I hear like some of that rock. I hear some blues. I hear some like a little bit of everything. Some like traditional rock. Who are some of your major influences?
You know what, man? It's like I'm just at this place where like it's like these kind of like it could be kind of annoying, I think, to some people because it's more of like an expansive like realization. You know what I mean? It's like I love everything. I just love music. Like I said, I feel like I brought it with me, carried it with me when I came into this world. So there was no music that there's really none that I don't like except for like pop country, because I like the old school shit. You know, so I'm influenced by all kinds of, you know, anything I hear kind of comes in and finds its way into what I'm doing, whether it's maybe like punk with a more of a aggression in my playing or my singing, or boom. I used to think to myself, man, when I get hyped up for a show, I'm gonna attack this show like Kobe would on the court. That's what I want to give to this show, and I would come to the show with that energy, don't stop, you know, boom, boom, boom. So it goes beyond music, you know. I get inspired by landscapes. I'm like, wow, this is cool, man. I'm gonna write a song about this, or this house gives me a vibe. You know, when we were coming back on tour, back into, you know, driving through Esperia and all this those places out there, the sun coming down off coming down to the mountains and stuff. I'm like, this is cool, man. I'm gonna write a song that makes me feel like this. So it's not just music; it's just kind of everything. But a lot of people now they want you have to put things in boxes, you know.
Sure.
I'm trying to break out of that just for myself, but yeah, I mean I'm listening to like NWA at one moment, then Hank Williams, and then Little Richard, and then, you know, the Descendants and Guttermouth, and then I just switch over to like some Jodeci and like, you know, shit, you know, it's all cool. Yeah, it's all cool. So I think it all kind of finds.
Is breaking out of a box, does it hinder your career, right? Because you're trying to do a little bit of everything, and the people that like this want this every time, the same thing.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if that sort of like hinders from becoming even more successful. And like, what do you choose? Do you choose what you want to do, or that success that keeps you going and grow? You know, to go in that way.
Yeah.
Because you're musically, you are who you are, and I think you like you said, you were born with this already.
Yeah.
But then you look at it like maybe financially, or maybe as a career, sometimes, you know, we want to choose what's going to make it for us. But yeah, you're saying that you're trying to break out of the box. And I'm just wondering, does that hinder that growth of career-wise?
Yes, it does. And this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at with music and doing what I want to do right now. And I'm building on that. That's what I'm building off of, because I was in the blues game for years. I started touring with blues acts. I started getting on blues festivals. Everything was geared towards blues. That's where the money was. That's where the audiences were. They liked what I was doing. And I did that for years. We toured across the country. But then I just man, I hit this like weird wall in myself, you know, and I was like, man, I think we played a show in Arizona one time, and somebody complained. They were like, oh, you guys are kind of more rock. It was just that night I was feeling like more aggressive, you know? And like I said, that shit comes out, and it just really kind of fucking bugged me. I was like, yeah, well, music's music. Who cares? Yeah. Did you like it? Was it good? Did it sound good? But that community of blues, a lot of them are very like sticklers. Like, you got to sound like the old shit, tradition, and boom, boom, boom. And I'm not about that, because I don't think that is a good way to keep the music growing and expanding. You have to change it up.
Do it your way.
Yeah. So I just hit this like really bad spot, and I'm like, fuck this shit, man. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I'm gonna do it my way. And that's if I want to write a little song that has a reggae vibe, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. If I'm gonna write a song with a little country vibe, I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. But that being said, that's in starting over like that. People they want to know, well, what kind of music do you play? Who do you sound like?
Sure.
Boom, 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 and it's like, dude, I'm not about that right now. In my mind, I said, my motto is gonna be música sin fronteras. No borders. I'm going to do whatever I want, play whatever I want, sing whatever I want, right? No borders, just boom. And so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm just trying to build off of that.
And people have done that. Like Queen played all kinds of fucking music.
Yeah.
The Clash played all kinds of fucking music. Like there's not the Hank 3 plays 2 completely separate fucking shows,
Yeah.
you know? Like that's the best. You could go and watch a country show, then wait 15 minutes and watch a gnarly sludge metal show. Like it's people are allowed to have, you know, multiple interests. Like want to make
You're an
making
artist.
music. Exactly. You're an artist. You want to make music. Like
You're not gonna paint the same flower every time.
like I've always been in when it comes to music and bands and stuff, I've always been if I support this band, then I support whatever journey that it is you're going on. Like maybe it's not my favorite, maybe I've had, you know, but I'm never gonna be like, man, fuck them. Fuck them for playing what makes them happy. Like, nah. Like, you know, like play what makes you happy. Like that's what like play what makes you happy and hopefully I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, like you just said, you know, paint the same flower over and over. And so when I started, you know, kind of came into this, I released like 3 or 4 songs, and I called it Music in Color. Because to your point, I was like, dude, why am I painting with one color? Why am I just painting, you know, who wants to do that? Who wants to look at that all day? So I started experimenting and diving into a bunch of different things for my music. And that's what kind of kicked off this whole thing. So,
And people don't understand, like, let's say you do something crazy. Let's say you did a reggae song, and someone that likes reggae goes and starts digging and sees all the influences that you had and the other stuff you've done, and then they start finding new stuff for themselves as well. You know what I mean? It opens your door. It opens your eyes. I got a good friend named Chuck that always used to do that. He wouldn't just listen to the band. He would always go and figure out who were they listening to? Where did they get their influences?
That's called seek the roots, not the fruits.
Yeah.
Is what that's called. Like that's how you go. You go backwards. You don't look at what the tree made. You look at how the tree got made. you
Yeah,
know?
and then you find stuff and you're like, oh shit, I don't know, they listen to this or listen to that, and that's where they got that flavor from or what have you, and it helps you grow musically as well.
Absolutely.
Instead of just do the same old shit you play every fucking day in your car, and now you're like mixing it up, and that's a great thing about music, man. Like you said, I'm with you. I like to listen to a little bit of everything from rancheras to fucking hip hop to punk rock. Country and like you, the old school shit, the newer shit, there's a place for it, you know. But yeah, man.
But they're not just new country, because Chris Stapleton is the shit.
No.
So, you know
I mean,
So
like he said, like the pop country.
Right? Yeah. I'm
the
just
pop
saying, we're not
country.
just new.
No,
country,
for sure. Yeah, the pop country.
Yeah. I mean, when you start listening to music without any kind of, biases, and you start really, and when you do like a lot of different kinds of music, you can see where shit's coming from. You see where they got this. Oh, I've heard this before on this album. Oh, I could see there's a common thread through all music.
Yeah.
It's all linked together, and people want to chop it up and separate it. Oh, you're this, oh, you're that, or I like this, I like that. And it's there's just as much in common with hip hop and Appalachian
Sure.
mountain music as there is with like tune shows and whatever. I'm saying it's all connected. Man. Just like us, we're all connected. Music's all connected.
My musical journey went when I first started listening to my own music. My dad always listened to music with headphones, so I got he was listening to headphones. I do album covers, you know what I mean? And later on, I was like, oh, that's what that was? That's what that was? But so all through like junior high and high school, hip hop. That's all. I wasn't even open to anything else. And then I started working at the tattoo shop, and all these dudes were listening to punk rock all the time. Like that's what they listened to. So that was my introduction. And after listening to that, I was like, you guys know they're all talking about the exact same shit. I was like, these songs and outlaw country music too. I was like, these songs are all about the exact same stuff. And you want it to be different, and it's not different. Like it's exactly the same,
Yeah.
So
Absolutely right.
It's like a good movie. There's that formula. There's that formula, and everyone's doing it, and to do it right, that's the key.
There's things you need.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, music is great, man, and you know, to have a guy like you that is exploring and pushing, that's where you create these new genres. When someone pushes and creates, and that's how we get new stuff.
All new genres originally were just called bastardized versions of whatever the old genre was, you know. And it's like, even rock and roll, it's like, that's just fucking ridiculous. You're fucking up the blues, and now it's fucking we made a new thing.
Yeah, and then punk rock was fucking rock and roll,
we
and
made
then
a new thing.
so on and so forth.
And nobody does, to my knowledge, you know, had done it before or does it better than Sublime. I mean, when Sublime came out, they just that blew my mind because they were going from like a hip hop to a punk in the same song.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
to reggae,
ska, and dub and or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They just played and they throwing in some oldies and shit. I was like, damn, dude, that's badass.
Yeah.
They chopped it up within one song. They're playing 3 different genres.
Yeah.
So that's pretty badass, and that's, in my opinion, that's the way it should be. Just play whatever the fuck
Sure.
you want, man.
And that's the kind of album, their first album. That's the kind of album that you can play now, and it's still relevant as hell.
Well, because the world caught up to what they were already doing. It's like Pulp Fiction. Like if you watch Pulp Fiction now, it doesn't seem like groundbreaking. And it's because so many people have stolen from it that you don't realize, no, this was the first one to fucking do it. And now it's to say, we listen to Sublime now, and it's like, oh, yeah, like, I mean, it's good. It's like, no, fuck you. No one else is doing this.
Yeah.
You know, like,
But I even mean it like even like a Bob Marley. You put Bob Marley on for a youngster, they're grooving to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's accepted right away. Same thing with the Sublime. Same thing with even the Beastie Boys. You know, Paul's Boutique, all their old shit. Like, you hear that now, people are still like, oh, fuck yeah. There's these, like, bands that got it. Like you said, they got it. They weren't allowing anybody to put them into that little box. Because even they were doing the punk rock. They were doing the, like, crazy instrumentals.
Like, the Beastie Boys invented hipsters.
Yeah, oh, for 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, it's like they moved from New York to Echo Park, Silver Lake area, like before anybody was doing that shit, and set up there and wore their little pants and their 2 small shirts and beanies, and like they invented being fucking hipsters. You know, like, get out of here.
That's pretty cool.
So do you do anything like, because I hear you speaking Spanish right now, do you get any influences from like norteños and stuff like that, mariachi or any Latin bands?
Yeah, man. I mean, like, being with Oscar and our buddy Alex, you know, they turned me on to some stuff I probably would have never like heard before. Mm-hmm. You know, like I'm like a huge Chalino fan. I think he's just like boom, dude. I told Alejandro, I said, man, he's like a Mexican Johnny Cash. That's the way I see him. You know, he had that spirit and that vibe that Johnny Cash was to country and rock and roll or whatever. That's why I see in Chalino, and of course, So I'm getting into that all that stuff, man. I'm digging it.
There's a really good podcast. I mean, not as good as our podcast, but there's a really good podcast on Chalino, and it goes to the whole story when he got a note threatening his life. No, it's in English and Spanish.
Okay, good.
And he gets a note. And they say, you're going to die tonight. And he did the show. He said, fuck you, I got to do the show. Yeah. If this is my last show, I got to do it.
What am I doing?
And then I guess on the way, they talk about how it goes. And on the way there to some place he was going, that's where they got him. But yeah, you're right. He has that vibe. And that music comes from polka.
That's such a good comparison.
Yeah. That's just German polka. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
The influences, like you said, they keep coming. And when you really think about it and look at it, and they were influenced by, you know, the German polka, and then, you know, they just did their twist.
Yeah,
as you said.
I love that, Steve, because a lot of people don't know that.
No, yeah. Even beer, the Mexican lager is just a German lager.
Yeah,
with the suntan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you see like a music or like a genre, like anything, and then something comes and it's in a bubble and it's like getting tight. And then something comes like German polka and pops that thing, and everything flows over there now, and it makes a whole fucking new thing. And it's like, I mean, you just need someone to throw that shit in there.
No, 100%.
Like a spark plug through a windshield, man.
Oh shit! Don't do it.
Yeah, see, because when I was growing up, you know, there was only so much music at that time, right? When we were kids, there's only like, I'm probably older than all you guys, but there was only a certain amount of music that you could really get access to at the time.
Sure.
You know, and my dad is Mexican, and so, but he didn't play any of the stuff that you guys are, you know, playing for me now. I'm going, fuck, this is cool. I mean, I heard it.
Yeah.
You know, I heard it on the job sites and all these things, but now I'm listening, I'm paying attention, and so now there's just the music's everywhere, and these genres are crossing, and who knows what's going to be coming up next? But yeah, you know, playing what you want, doing what you want. Imagine if you on your podcast you only talked about one thing, you know,
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Lucha libre.
I'd be fine. I'd be all right.
And people do ask. They go, "Oh, what is your podcast about?" I go, "Listen,
Yeah.
listen." Because we really don't have. We're just conversation. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And today it's you. Last week was another band, and before that was a mechanic, and before that was just one of our friends that believes in conspiracy theories, and so you know, a scientist from Keck, our boy Leo.
Oh, don't forget about the tarot card reading Chola that sings oldies. Moon Chola.
Moon Chola. So there's
the only
Shout out to
Chola
Chola.
mukbanger. We got fucking Chunky but
So
Funky.
just,
We got all...
for us, we just like to conversate with people that are doing what they want to do, like yourself, and they're not accepting the box.
Yeah.
Sure.
They're not
That's great to
accepting the
hear.
box. They want to blow out. And it's funny because I was telling my cousin I want him on the show. He's a Latino, grew up in Orange County, went to LA, started 2 restaurants, and you know, through ups and downs. And I'm like, that's what our show is. Showing the journey that people have, showing the journey that people are going through, the ups, the downs, the obstacles that they have to break through, and eventually become successful. So the more you show success, people believe in their being success for themselves as well.
Right.
But you have to put it out there for people to see it, people to hear it, and people to realize it is possible. It doesn't matter who you are, white, black, Mexican, Asian, dude. You can do it. You just have to believe in yourself. Surround yourself with the people that believe in you, and don't let nothing stop you. But you know, you're gonna hit the floor. You're gonna cry. You're gonna be happy. You're gonna go through all this shit. But success is there if you really want it.
Yeah. And now is a great time for this kind of stuff, you know, because I feel like so many other things are integrating. You know what I mean? Like food. Like that place that opened down the street. You know. That's a Mexican and fucking Japanese. What is it? The hibachi place, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So people are putting this together and that together, and it's like, it's cool. And with playlists, you know, everyone's playlist has different shit on it. So if they can accept that and accept an artist doing what their playlist does.
Sure.
Well, I think the hibachi, we've just been cooking in the back forever. So
I'm about
one
to
guy
say,
was
like,
finally like, you know what, I'm going to do
I'm
my
gonna
own.
get my own spot.
And that's pretty much what it is. Shout out to, I think it's called Mexihana.
Yeah.
Hell
So,
yeah.
so they have a place here in Long Beach. They just have one in
Hell
Huntington
yeah.
Beach. So it's pretty much Benihana's. But then
But
they have one of their,
Mexican.
but a Mexican's cooking it.
We
which
gotta
is the
get
same
them
shit
in
at
here.
Benihana's.
We got to get them in.
Hey,
here.
he's a dope ass guy.
Yeah.
He has a good story.
Is it highly overpriced with mediocre food?
No, no. It's reasonable. They have
That's
a
what makes
$10
it
bowl.
different.
Is it mediocre food or is it fucking like legit? Because
Well,
Benihana's.
no, we should have him in
Yeah,
here.
what the fuck is
I'm just-
Brian
I'm
trying
just-
to shit on it before it's even going?
I'm just saying.
Well, no, but see,
No, because like Benihana has all this hype, but it's mediocre fucking food, just with
What
its
is the show?
presentation.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
the show.
Its presentation. So when we start like hyping up, like, okay, is it actually Mexican infused? Are we gonna go in there and see some fucking chorizo being flipped around into the fucking show? Then like now you got some fucking Asian Mexican fusion, or is it just like the same shit, just Mexicans now?
Benihana's like the wax museum. You go once.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You go once and you saw
Perfect.
one.
Yes.
You can only see only see a onion volcano so many times, right? Before you're like,
I've never been. I've never been
either.
I'm gonna go to
You-
Mexihana.
you go
instead.
once.
I'm going to
No,
Mexihana.
you have to go to
instead.
Benihana's, then Mexihana's.
Oh, the compare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mexicana, they have a burrito with fried rice, noodles,
Hell
and
yeah.
like shrimp and steak. So that's, I don't know if that's the Mexican part of it.
That sounds
but
yeah, burrito.
that looked good to
I'll
me.
have that, yeah.
And it
You know what?
tasted good.
You know what I like already? It wasn't called a wrap.
Oh, yeah.
And they call it a burrito.
Or surf and turf.
Because you know when they want to do, they want to go, oh hey, this is a wrap. No, it's not. That's a fucking burrito.
It's a hibachi wrap, man.
Yeah, it's a hibachi burrito, Holmes. But yeah, and that's the freedom that you have now. You know, there's no boundaries, and you know, you guys have Los Cholos in Anaheim. They do like a birria pizza, local potato. They do, you know, everyone's just fucking whatever you can come up with, bro. They just. And that's the freedom that you have. And like yourself, too, you know, not having a box because now you don't need a label. I mean, Mike Grito's here and they, you know, with them, because we've had quite a few different style bands here. They don't have just one thing, oh, we only do this.
Yeah.
And the freedom that those artists have to be who they are and grow as they are. But even like, you know, YouTube and all the social media now, there's really nothing that can, you know, hold you back because you have so many tools.
Yeah.
So many tools. And once you realize the tools that you have, and then you can see the people that have succeeded before you as well, using those same tools, like, it's up to you, man. It really is up to you.
Well, I mean, people either see the tools, people either see what they have or concentrate on what they don't have.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's true, man. But yeah, man, now's a good time to be doing what I'm doing. And if I can just get people, you know, I mean, it's always going to sound like me. I'm not I'm not trying to sound, if I do a little reggae vibe, I'm not trying to sound, it's like the Clash doing reggae. Yeah. It's still, that's a Clash. It sounds like the Clash, right? It's just going to be me. I'm not, you know, just a little flavor here of this and that or whatever, you know, so. It's going well, man.
Do you play with the same guys all the time, or is it different bands backing you up, or?
No, man. I was touring so much, you know, across the country before COVID, that I would run through guys a lot, because you know they got families and jobs or whatever. So if they couldn't do it, you know, this is my business, this is my life, this is how I make my money. So if you can't do it, I'm gonna get somebody else. So don't be butthurt, but I gotta keep rolling. It's not a band. It's you know,
you're hired guns.
Hired guns, yeah. But I had guys run with me for quite a while, and then you know they couldn't do it or whatever. So it's not easy being out on the road. That's for sure,
no, man.
So these guys drop off, but I've always had great players, good guys, solid guys.
Oh, you once you're in for so long. I mean, I'm sure your list of contacts of people who you like to play with, people who are good to hang out with, is a fucking long list.
Right, and now I have a bigger pool of people that I can pull from if somebody else can't make it.
Right.
Oh, fuck, that guy went out with me in 2012. I'm gonna call him up. Hey, what's up? So, yeah, but yeah, I run through guys, and there's you guys ever heard of the Three Bad Jacks?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So I remember way back in the day, Elvis would run through these guys all the time. But he always got a different bass player, always got different. What the hell? Now I know. Yeah, because he was like, he's getting the van, tour across the country. He was doing overseas too, and now I know why he ran through so many fools. You know.
Fucking Three Bad Jacks, man. I haven't seen them in a long time.
I heard
Dude,
about
I
them.
used to love to go see Three Bad Jacks, man.
The Rockets, the same thing with Tony, good friend of the show, but that motherfucker's always on the road, and whoever he gets to fucking play with him is the Rockets. So
the Rockets, yeah.
he goes through motherfuckers like crazy. I'm sure he's always fucking playing somewhere. So
He's still playing?
yeah.
Oh my God.
We had to sit down with him, I think, a couple months back. So
Wow.
yeah, so
we've done shows with him back in the day.
yeah, he still lives here. He lives in somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow, okay,
Somewhere close by.
This was
Somewhere.
pointing.
Yeah,
He
you put it
lives
like-
like, you know,
We're like Inglewood.
that way somewhere.
LA County base for sure.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
That's what looked like you were pointing.
Yeah,
It's
you were.
LA County.
That way.
It's like
yeah.
LA County.
You know,
Central.
speaking of the Rockets, because I was in this band at the time when we were playing a lot of with a lot of roots and rockabilly and punk rock bands. I was in a band called the Bastard Winos, and the Rockets were one of the bands that we played from time to time with, and I learned that they were getting X amount of dollars for a show that we were all on, and we weren't getting the same money for whatever reason. Doesn't matter, but that's when I started learning, like, okay, if they can get, this much money, then I should start working my business side.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I learned from bands like that just by observing and listening and booking the shows how to do the business side of it and be like, hey, well, we need this much, or we'll do this, we'll do that, So that's really cool. But they were one of the first bands, them and Hellbound Eddie. There's a cat named Hellbound Eddie. And, yeah, it was really cool to kind of come across these bands that were already in the business side of it. And I had always played music and done that, but I was never like, this is what I need for you to, to bring these fools out here and play. So that was,
and I think that's something that people don't see, like new bands or bands that are coming up. Like, oh, there's another side to this shit that you need to learn for you to become successful enough and earn enough to do this as a living.
The important side.
Yeah, the most important side.
I mean, what it is like you got to put in the grind, you got to put in the work, because as promoters, we're only going to book bands that if we have return on the investment. So when we look at bands to book, they got to be able to sell that amount of tickets. So it's you got to do the homework. If bands can't draw, what the fuck we want to do? Why we want to waste money if they're not going to bring the ticket buyers, put ass in seats, take down names and kick down doors or whatever the fuck. Sorry, I fucked that one all up, Johnny.
It's all right, man.
I was looking at you
train,
for help.
like it was like
trying to shift into bottom gear.
I was gonna let you go.
That was a derailed.
That truck was going down. That fucking
brakes were hot.
I'm not helping this fool.
Nope. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
Do you have you played with bands as like compilations? Been on to other artists' music or?
Have I played on their albums?
Yeah, like, special guests on anybody's stuff or?
No, I've never done that. But
do you look for? Is that something that you look to do?
No,
Maybe
no.
You would have done it.
Or have people on yours?
I have people on mine.
Okay.
And that's now on this latest single.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you asked, Steve. On this latest single that's out on Magrito Records, Magrito Industries. I got David Hidalgo from Los Lobos to play guitar.
Oh, nice.
And John Doe of X to play bass.
Ooh.
So, that's kind of where my head goes. I'm like, why can't I get, this person to play on it?
Yeah.
What I'm going to at least ask. When we played, we were doing a record at Sun Records in Memphis, and I'm like, I'm going to see if I can get Jerry Lee Lewis to come out and play. I know he's like 80-something years old, but it's the killer. I'm going to see if he can come out and play. And I hit him up, and of course I got no response. But that's the way you got to think.
That's right.
I'm just going to hit him up.
Swing, man.
Yeah.
Swing.
Yeah. So.
Because what if he would have said yes? Then you're like, fuck,
Yeah.
But I got Los Lobos and members of X on my newest single, so I'm like really happy,
Yeah, and those guys have a lot of different projects, like Los Super 7, the Latin Playboys, and I mean they're doing it, man.
Yeah.
I seen them quite a few years ago at Stagecoach.
Yeah.
And when I first heard they were on there, I was like, Los Lobos on Stagecoach, does it even fucking fit? But they had a crowd. And they were fucking pumping, bro.
See, that's the thing when we're talking about music. It's like, at some point, ZZ Top was on Stagecoach too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
ZZ Top, you can, and I hate to say it this way, but ZZ Top you see because they're white guys, so you think they'll fit.
Yeah.
And when you think Los Lobos, you think more East LA rock, more like, are they gonna fit in the country? Because for so long it was that divide. Country's this, everyone else is that, but because of artists like you, because of artists like them, they've broken those walls down. We're like, hey, we're country, but we're not country, but we're gonna be here, and we're gonna rock you guys so fucking hard that you're gonna love it. And it was fucking badass.
And at the end of the day, it's good music.
Yeah.
And you can't deny good music when you see it and you hear it. So.
Because good music's gonna make you move regardless, even if you don't want to. You're like, I fuck hate this shit.
Fuck these dudes. And 10 minutes later, you're like,
yeah. Or some girls, dancing. You're like, oh, you're not gonna dance with her? Like, hell yeah. So either way, you're gonna get got. If it's good, it's gonna get you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got good music queued up right here. We have that brand new track, "Won't Be Satisfied." Let's check that out right here. West Coast.
Buzzing like a honeybee. Every time I'm near you, baby, I lose my cool. You got me running around and acting like a fool. You're so fine, I wanna take you home tonight. I won't be satisfied until I make you mine. I got money to burn, I got a bottle of wine, I got rock and roll records, we can dance all night. If the world crumbles to the ground outside, you and me, baby, like the night on fire. Satisfied until I make you mine. I wanna rock you, roll you, let's go to my place and get out of control. I wanna make you dizzy like a spinning top. I won't slow down until your heart stops. The way you shimmy and shake, the way you shake your hips, all the way down to your backbone flip. You got my mind racing like a hot rod on the track. You got my heart pumping like a big bass drum. You're so fine, I wanna take you home tonight. I won't be satisfied until I make it. Until I make you mine. I won't be satisfied until I make you mine. I won't be satisfied until I make you mine.
Woo! Yeah, that rock and roll.
Very rock and roll. Really quick, obviously this is what you're doing now. Sounds like what you wanted to do. How did you get caught up with the bluesy stuff and seemed like you kind of got stuck there for a little while?
Yeah.
A little too long, maybe?
Well, I mean, I think at the core, that's my foundation.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of.
Yeah, I was like, it sounds like you're still playing.
yeah. I mean, always the blues and rock and roll and soul music. You know, that old school rock and roll, blues and soul are always going to be my
foundation.
Foundation, yeah.
Now, what I'm excited about is that last time when we had Maria Sanchez here, she talked about a song that she's working with Harless that is not that type of song. It's going to be something completely different. It's going to be a fucking summer jam type of song.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited about it.
You always need a good summer jam, dude. That one summer jam that every kind of
Anthem, the summer anthem.
Break out the chelas.
Dude, you need one of those. And we got to say what's up to Maria Sanchez. Is in the chat. What's going on?
What's up, Maria?
We had a really good show with her, and then Ron as well. What's up? He loves you, Oscar.
Not in that way, though, fellas.
I don't know.
I mean, love is love. What do you mean? What way?
Oh, that's why I got real hot. I got to take off the jacket.
Ron, he has something for you too. Some heat. Are you performing anywhere soon?
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Alex's Bar in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there on April 13th, and then I'm gonna be at the Mint in Los Angeles on April 13th at Alex's, April 27th at the Mint in Los Angeles, and then I got Oceanside at a place called the Poorhouse on May 12th, and then I got a festival out in Arizona in June. Just keep adding dates, you know.
And when Johnny said about the you sound like the blues, or Mario said something like that, I think it was because like when you're growing up and you see those blues players, they're so fucking cool, you know, making that shit sound crazy.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, I want to do that. And once you get that, then like you said, is your foundation, and then you just grow. You know, for me, I've always wanted to be a musician. But I always saw, like, I went to go see B.B. King before he passed away, and just seeing him play, dude, you're just like, God damn. I took a couple friends of mine. My cousin worked at the Grove in Anaheim, and she gave me some tickets. We had, like, second row. And one of the guys was crying. He was a guitar player, and it hit him that hard. And I was like, holy shit, you know? But, yeah, it was dope, man. It was fucking real. And then we saw Los Lobos there, too. And they
oh, really?
Oh, man, they got down, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Music's fucking so awesome, dude. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time we have a musician here, even someone from Magrito, whether it's ear ringers or fucking whoever, and I always say them because to me when I heard those kids, man, I was like, fuck, these guys are fucking on it. You know, everyone that we brought in here, every single one of you guys that we brought in here has all just. I walk out of here going like, fuck yeah, there's the future of music is fucking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it goes to kind of go back to something you said earlier tonight. I mean, as far as like when I hit that first kind of aha moment with it. It was a Chuck Berry record, and that was, I mean, I had loved music before that, and just like boom, 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 but that album was like one of those like punchy in the face ones, and I was like, damn, oh my god, that was the moment. Like, I always loved music, but when I listened to that album and saw the photo in the inside the album cover, that was the moment I was like, okay, I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Whatever that guy is, I want to do that. You know, and so that's when I started. I'm gonna start learning to play guitar. I'm gonna learn to sing and write songs. But what you said something earlier about like to the point of like where music that record led me to other versions of his songs. And then, who's that? Oh, the Beatles did that. Oh, then, and that leads you backwards and forwards. It sent me back to the blues. Oh, what's that? Oh, if you like Chuck Berry, you got to listen to Muddy Waters or Howlin' Wolf. Yeah. And if you like them, then the Rolling Stones and boom, boom, boom. And it just sends you in all these directions. And then I wasn't even like, I was already immersed in music, and then my brother was into punk. And when that shit hit me, I was like, what the fuck? My stepbrother, but yeah, I went through his record collection, and I was like, holy shit. What is it? It's like you said about the record covers and the sleeves and stuff. Yeah. I'd never seen shit like that. Crass, GBH, The Exploited, all these bands that he had. I was like, what? And then he goes, you want to hear it? Like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. Holy chord changes I had never even thought of. I was like, holy shit. So that was really cool. But to your point, like if you listen to one thing, you're bound to start finding other, like the tree.
If you're curious, if you're curious, like it's all there. It's all there.
Yeah. So.
And backwards and forwards is such a good way to look at it too, because it all does. It said whatever it is, it sends you in both directions. Yeah. If you're open to it. Yeah. You know?
So I'll always, I can't get away from the blues. I'll always have that sound in me. That's who I am. That's where I come from. But I'll always try to incorporate other things as I feel it. You know. But yeah, and the blues got a little stale after a while because I was doing it for so long and just got it. The audience is. The audience for the blues is the audience for the blues, you know what I mean? So I wanted to expand more than that. I didn't see myself as just playing to these one crowd, you know?
Yeah.
Do you still incorporate some of those songs in your show?
Yeah, but I do them with a lot more aggression and just do it my own way. Okay. But yeah, you know, it's just, I still do some Muddy Waters tunes and, you know, I'm a blues player. So it's almost like when people hear me do something else, they're like, "What? What are you doing?" You know,
play the blues.
Yeah, it's blues, but the it sounds like the Sex Pistols or whatever, you know, something like that. So I try to incorporate everything that I'm feeling and just do it, and not think about it.
Just throw it out there, see what sticks.
Now, do you have crazy album covers? Do you do the artwork? Do you get people to do it?
You know, you guys know it's not like it was back in our day, you know, nor back in the day, you know, in my opinion anyways. I mean, no one really is reading the liner notes or the lyrics or looking at the covers as much, but so I don't spend too much time on it. I just make them up myself, and if it is up to me, but if I did what I wanted to do and not trying to grab people's attention, I would just have blank covers with just the song title and my name. And no pictures.
With a blue stripe, like beer, with just the blue stripe.
Exactly. Like vodka, you know. That's because it's all about the music. But, you know, I'm trying to grow, so I'm trying to make at least somewhat cool or interesting, you know,
It's a bummer because I don't know what it is now, because before it was like album covers, and then it was album covers and music videos that could like give you an idea of like the aesthetic of what this band is, you know, or who this singer is. And I don't know what that vehicle is now, to where you can, I mean, I guess social media.
YouTube?
Yeah, where you find out like what these fools are about. You know?
TikTok.
I guess like that's a bummer because it's just such a, I mean, it's a
look, man, the attention span has changed with TikTok now ruining everyone's fucking brain. If you don't grab someone's attention in 3 seconds, I saw a cover, because I'm just about to fucking scroll through your shit anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is different. I mean, for all the oldies that do like to buy fucking music and hold it in your hand. I just picked up a fucking 45 today and it just came in the fucking mail. I will say that it is different. You can go to record stores that are highly overpriced, or you want to save some money and go the conglomerate fucking Amazon route and so everything changes. Nothing stays the same.
I mean, for the first time since CDs were invented, vinyl just outsold CDs again last year.
But that's what I was gonna say.
That,
you got guys like Oscar here with My Grito that are bringing back the vinyl,
the physical music.
Yeah, and then you have album covers. Like Maria was here the last time when she was here, she was talking about how she went and did the cover the way she wanted.
Yeah.
So I think guys like yourself, your record
part of
label,
that resurgence.
It's like you're bringing it back, and the artist getting the chance to be creative in that way as well.
Yeah, because I think for me, since I was a fucking teenager, collecting vinyl was the fucking shit. Granted, 8-tracks were out there, tapes. Eventually CDs, but for me, as a collector of vinyls at such a young age, whether I'm going to the record store, a thrift store, the swap meet, they're fucking out there. But it wasn't necessarily only about the band. It was, for me, it was the art. It was opening up the vinyl, taking a look at the inserts, taking a look at all the work that was put into it. And for the longest fucking time, besides music posters, I had vinyl hanging on my wall.
Sure.
Because not the actual record, but the cover, because that in itself told a story. Nowadays, I mean, there are some artists that get very creative with the art for the LP or for the single or for the 45, whatever it may be. But the music is very important. It needs to sound great. It needs to create that good ass vibe. But I love the fact that we are doing vinyl. As a matter of fact, if you guys are okay with it, I did bring a little gift for the studio, for Pig Studios.
Ooh, hell yeah.
So I'm just going to reach into my backpack. No, I don't have a gun.
I thought you were gonna
That wasn't even going to be my first
I was
thought.
gonna say that.
But since we're talking about vinyl, I did bring some vinyl for you guys to have. I see your awesome collection that you have over there.
Yeah.
Last time, Maria hooked it up with her 45. Ooh. What I have here is some of the vinyl that we have on My Grito.
Uh-oh.
So we do have El Romantico Adrian Carmine.
A guest.
I guess we have.
There's a lot of alumni of My
Yeah.
Running through the roster.
So we have that. For a little bit of rock and roll, we do have 3LH. They did a fucking good job. Great fucking album. If you don't have this, definitely pick it up.
It's badass.
Super cool album cover.
We have the Paranoia's Greatest Hits.
Hell yeah.
They're also a multi-alumni, not only on West Coast Pop Lock Podcast, but also on Pigs Radio, which, by the way, I'm plugging it in right now.
Yeah.
We do have a show. My Grito does have a show at one of our venues that we do go to, Border X.
Border X
Here in the city of Bell. We're going to have our boys, Paranoias, Professor Galactico, and Bernard. I do see you on the chat. What's up, homie? And Bad Hombres are going to be on there.
What's up, Bad Hombres?
So if you guys have been to a My Grito Fest before, please come back. There's been a lot of changes that have been done at Border X from past experience. We've worked out the audio. There's a lot more the lines with beer, with the amazing beer that they have there. They have a lot more pouring stations, so it's going to be a lot quicker. April 1st on April Fools, you can come down
Saturday.
and check out a fucking good show.
So it's going to be the same sound, big lines. He's fooling you.
April Fools. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you get away,
for real.
you
on
get
the
away
real.
with whatever you want to.
And then, of course, we have our boys, Las Calacas. And they themselves, they also have a very trippy cover that I really like.
Yeah.
So we have this vinyl. We do have the Maria vinyl as well, the 45. All of these are available, of course, on mygrito.net. But I wanted to bring this to you guys as a thank you for everything that you guys have been doing for us.
And we've had every single one of those.
No, not one of them we didn't have. Right?
We appreciate you.
Chacalacas we did live at the Border X.
Yeah.
We've had everybody on here, right?
It would have been great if they would have been signed by all the My Grito bands. But I mean,
my bad.
we're going to have to come. We're going to have to have them come back in for a second round.
Mario always got
signature.
can't ever let just anything be okay.
No.
Man, for 1 second.
Because I'm extra. That's what happens here. We're extra.
No, that's you. Don't say us.
Everything is extra.
He likes that signatures. He likes the signature.
Sure, he
give it
loves
That
signature.
tells the
signature.
fucking story,
He
man.
That's
We pour into whatever our passions are, and we want to write out every single fucking memory with photos, with videos, with whatever. So
I would have
absolutely.
never thought signature. So you're absolutely right. It is him. I would have if we could have sat here for 3 hours and it would have never come across my mind. Hey, what the fuck? No one's signed these albums? Like, and that was Mario. And that was Mario's fucking first thought. Like, I don't see any black marker on any of those.
But
albums.
you want to know something? I think as an artist, you would enjoy signing something that you
Sure.
created. You know what I'm saying? Leaving your mark and saying, "Hey, nice meeting you, Mario. Keep rocking."
Sure.
Your signature.
Well, because even now, there's not a lot of things for you. I mean, you want to sign an autograph on a piece of paper, whatever. But that's like, because there's no even DVDs. There's no DVDs anymore.
Yeah.
Like that. Like this is one of the only vehicles where you get an artist signature, like on your shit, like and wrestling figures.
Yeah, totally.
and then get cut
So
out
it's
of
like
line.
Mario. It's like Mario's two things: wrestling
Yeah.
figures and vinyl, like collector's signatures.
You know what? I got a bunch of shit in there, signed CDs and everything. But I mean, vinyl to me, like I used to have vinyl on the wall as well. I have the shit framed. It looks beautiful when it's up. It looks like a piece of art.
Yeah.
And it doubles for music. And there's fucking lyrics. There's so much things that you can get inside of fucking in an album, which is fucking incredible. Just about picked up my new Depeche Mode one, fucking clear vinyl off of Amazon.
Fuck yeah.
Shit's coming out.
Well,
Dave, John.
and I think I do have to admit, or at least say that I think Carlos is being a little bit modest with the art. If you go to Spotify and you look up Harless Sweetwater and you take a look at all the different stuff that he's had over the years, he has some very creative fucking album covers. It's not only the album covers, but the fucking music speaks for itself. So for all your listeners, I'm going to encourage you to please go to fucking Spotify, type up Harless Sweetwater, check out the music, and I think you're gonna find a sound that it's really gonna amp you up. It's gonna excite you. It's the Harless Sweetwater sound, and it's continuing to evolve like he's been talking about it. I mean, it's just him.
Are you bringing out a vinyl or no?
Well, I mean, we were talking about it earlier, and I was like, I don't want to do vinyl. It's a small, like, the profit margin, the margins on it it's very small. Mm-hmm. But as we're sitting here talking about it, I remembered, man, thinking back to myself as a kid and how I was looking at album covers and being like, I'm gonna have one of these one day. This is gonna be my album one day. Mm-hmm. And then I remember when CDs came out, and I was like, well, fuck.
Sure.
Shit, and then CDs went away. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But now that it's coming back, I don't know, maybe I would, just for myself.
Sure.
And fuck the money, fuck the profits or the margins or the business, whatever.
Oscar, cover your ears. He's not talking about you.
But, I mean, I when I was traveling a lot and being on the road a lot, I sold a lot of CDs because that blues crowd was still buying CDs. So I was stoked because I sold out of all my CD boxes and boxes of CDs, and I had to order a second round. And I sold through most of them, but there's still 3 boxes that have been sitting in my garage for 4 fucking years. And that's probably what's going to happen with the vinyl. But
you do a vinyl with the shirt.
Packages.
Very limited.
We were talking about that in the car.
Hey, very limited shirt vinyl with your artwork on the shirt, with your artwork on the vinyl, and they'll sell out, bro.
Yeah, like a bundle or something.
Yeah, just one thing, and this is it. I only got 50. I only got 100, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Make sure you do 3X. But
They all.
But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards it.
Wiretap Records said they'll buy album, so there you go. You got people asking for it.
And you know what? And I mentioned it during Maria's show, or with her interview. Couple times, Maria, Harless, and I in my garage just fucking drinking and having a lot of fun. Maria just pointed out probably one of my favorite songs that when I first started really diving into Harless's music, I fell in love with this track, 3:30 in the morning. If you want to get all pedo, take out a chela and just really think about heartbreak and stuff like that, check out that track. That's a fucking killer.
Hell yeah.
That's an old soul. I went towards the old soul music vibe on that song. But yeah, and that one, the track we got coming out with me and Maria, it's gonna be a cool it's like you said, summer groove, man. It's got this like sway to it, you know. It's gonna be cool. I think you guys are gonna dig it, man.
Hell yeah, that's what we need. Like I said, every summer needs that jam, bro. The one that everyone's always playing, that you're bumping in your lowrider, that you're bumping at the pad, you know, whatever it may be. That's it right there for sure. I'm looking forward to see what comes up. But yeah, man, you got to get that vinyl with that limited shirt, bro. I'm telling you.
Like on wax.
Yeah.
I had thought about it before a couple of years ago. I was, I thought about that doing because I have all these songs that I haven't finished mixing or finished recording, but they're parts. You know, I'm like, I'd like to get all these out on one album. Just everything I have just sitting there, finish it, putting it out, and doing just what you said. And I thought, well, maybe do like a bundle, a trucker hat, a shirt, and a CD. Because, again, a lot of those old blues audience that I have will buy the CDs. So
do two bundles. Do the CD one and then do the new vinyl with the new stuff you have.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Because then the people that like your stuff now, well, what's this? This is the old school shit.
Get this.
You know what? Let me grab both bundles.
Yeah.
You know, each. I'm just throwing it out there. Each one is $50, $100, whatever. But if you get both of them, free shipping. You know what I mean?
You do a small run of vinyl, then do maybe like 500. Do half 250 in black, and then do some colored and splattered fucking designs on there, and that'd be legit.
My favorite YouTube videos: watching records get pressed. Like
yes,
that is the best. With the colors in it, they smash them in there.
Is that like what they call like a ASMR or something like that?
Yeah, I like seeing it. Sure, the other one that I like watching is like I don't know what is silicone. So they roll silicone, and then to color it, you have to put they put this dye, and then they smash it all together, and then it slowly becomes the color. They have to put it in this machine that's over and over. I watch those.
That's crazy.
Love those how it's made.
Yeah, it's basically what it is.
I had this ex-girlfriend. And Melissa, she used to make like movie prop guts and hearts, and she would put silicone all across the table, and then just get paper towels and roll it, and then shape it, and I would just sit there and watch. She's like, "Get over here, help me!" And then making them for like these crazy like slasher photo shoots and stuff.
Yeah,
and it was really cool. Guts. Yeah, it was really cool to see how that came about, man. Yeah, it was really cool. Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah, that's a trip, man. Watching those videos, I've seen that when they're printing them and putting them into the sleeves.
Yeah.
Dude, I bet that shit's warm right now.
Hell yeah.
I bet that paper's so warm. Yeah.
But yeah, man. So once again, where can we find you?
Yeah, my main place is like Instagram at Heart of Sweetwater, Spotify at Heart of Sweetwater. My music's everywhere, Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Shazam, all that shit. heartofsweetwaternow.com is the website, but yeah, if you just type my name in Google, it brings all that shit up, man.
And where will you be performing? I know Alex's Bar on the 13th of April.
Yeah, Alex's Bar on the 13th of April, and then
which is a totally fucking dope ass spot.
Yeah. I love that spot, man.
I love their sleeve stack that they have.
I
had my friend because I had mentioned it, and my friend got me one made exactly like that.
That's the velvet painting, right?
The velvet painting.
Yeah.
At least I have one at my house.
Oh, you got one?
My friend, I said something about it, and I got it as a housewarming. Yeah, as a housewarming gift. Boom. I was like, holy, that's fucking one of the best gifts of a friend that is no longer my friend.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Glad you got a good one on the way out.
I got one. I still love you.
Do people still know what a sleeve stack is?
Land of the Lost? I know.
I mean, we do.
Yeah.
We do. But yeah, no, when you go to Alex's Bar, you'll see it. I know they were always trying to steal that Elvis. That was a thing.
Yeah.
That's a dope one.
Try to steal that Elvis velvet. But yeah, I was like, damn, and I got it, so that was cool. But you're playing at Alex's Bar on the 13th, and don't steal the sleeve stack or the Elvis. And where else are we going to be?
April 27th at the Mint in Los Angeles. Mm-hmm. And then May 12th at the Poorhouse in Oceanside. And then out there in Arizona, in Alpine, Arizona for
the Blues
festival.
Fest.
June 17th.
June 17th.
Dude, you hit them all.
Yeah.
Well, man,
More
it's
coming.
Not only that, he's also verified on Instagram.
Oh, she got that blue check.
That's right. I
Get
got
it.
that on. We were at the bowling alley on New Year's Eve, and I checked my Instagram, and I was like, "Oh, they gave it to me. I'm somebody now."
You bowled
You're
a strike
official.
before
You
you
guys
even touched the
remember?
bowling ball.
You seen the movie The Jerk?
Yeah, of course.
Remember when
When he gets in the phone book?
When he gets the phone book and finds his name in the phone book, he's like, "Things are gonna start happening for me now." That's how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
And things are definitely going to start happening for you, man. They've been
Thanks, bro.
happening. You sound amazing. Everyone we've had in here from My Grito has been amazing. Nothing but success to not only the label, but to every single artist that we've had in here. Thank you for coming out. And we're going to continue to bring artists in here. You guys all sound amazing. And remember, every Tuesday night, it's
Except
the
for
West
next
Coast.
week will be Monday.
Hey, thank you, Johnny.
And we'll be 123 next week.
Yeah.
We're on it, guys. See, we're already better this week already.
Hey, and next week we'll be talking about fucking chingazos, fucking
Wrestling.
clothing.
Oh, that too, but a lot of
Yeah.
wrestling.
Oh, yeah, it's WrestleMania week after that.
But thank you very much for coming
Yeah.
out. Oscar, thank you for being here.
Thank
it's
you,
the
guys.
West Coast Pop Lock Podcast.
That's us.
We out.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The number one live show in the world, West Coast Pop Lock Podcast. Coming to you from Pig Studios in Compton, California. Featuring radio personality Super Steve Flores. Comedian extraordinaire, that dude Johnny C. And Mr. I'll Do Anything for a Buck, Mario 81. So throw your dubs in the air and let's get ready to pop lock.